Hi everybody, today's lesson is going to be on markup. Sometimes we call that percents over 100, so percents that are bigger than 100. Let me give you a scenario. We'll talk about Target. So if Target buys an item from a manufacturer for $10, they're not going to sell it to you for $10 because they wouldn't make a profit. So they're going to add $5 to the price of that item, and they're going to sell it to you, the customer, for $15. So using my percent proportion, my marked up price, my $15, over my whole thing I started with, the original, and that's going to give me my percent over 100. When we solve this proportion, we get 150%. So that's where we say our markup percentage is our original plus our markup to get our total percent. So this was marked up. Change the color here. My markup was 50%. They marked it up 50%. They're going to charge you the original that they paid for it plus that extra 50% that they marked it up so that they can create a profit. The most important thing to remember here with the percent proportion when you're talking about markup is that this percent is the original percent of 100 plus the markup percent. So it's always going to be bigger than 100. And it's going to match over here. This is just dollars. This is percent. This is how we set up our proportion. So the dollars, this is going to be the original in dollars plus the markup in dollars. And that is the key to helping you figure out how to set up these proportions. So let's look at the first example. Alan's ice skates sell for $46. After is an important word here, a 15% markup over last year. What was last year's price? So I am going to set up my proportion skeleton here and my percentage. So this is a 15% markup, but I need to include my original price in there too, 115%. My $46, because this is after, this is the markup. I'm going to write MU for markup. So this matches the markup here. And again, I'm going to show you that this was the original 100% plus the 15% markup. On this side, because of this word after right here, we know this is the original dollars plus the markup dollars. I'm just going to write MU for markup dollars. We're looking for last year's price, or in the case of our proportion, original. So this is what we're looking for here. When I cross multiply, I get 115x equals 4,600. I'm going to divide both sides by 115. It's going to cancel those 115s out, and I'm going to be left with x is equal to 40. And this was last year's price, so I know this is dollars, and that's how we're going to get our answer. Then we just say, does this make sense? Well, if $46 is a markup over last year, then we know last year's price has to be a little bit lower than $46. So yes, this makes sense. Let's look at the next example. Tiffany spent $236.25 at the mall. This amount included a 6% sales tax. How much was the tax? So when we think about our proportion here, I'm going to set this up. 100 goes down here. The amount includes a 6%. So this is going to be 106%. And again, this is going to be the original, or the cost of the clothes, plus the 6% tax. And we know that on the other side, we need to put our $236.25 because in dollar value, we know this was the cost of, oops, I didn't mean to change that color, the cost of the, I don't know, I'm just assuming it's, I keep changing the color. Oh, dear Lord. I'm just assuming it's clothes because she's at a mall. Clothes plus the dollar tax, and that's how those match. So what we're looking for is, in this case, the original price of the clothes. I'm going to cross multiply and I'm going to get 106x equals 23625. Then I'm going to divide both sides of my equation by 106 because this is going to cancel out, and I'm going to be left with x is equal to, I'm going to have to round this, 222.88. Now, the question asked how much the tax was. If I know this was my original purchase, this is my original, and my total purchase was $236.25, I can subtract that to get my tax of $13.37. Oops. Trying to put a box around that. So that's going to be my final answer.